I'm Guy, I am Mog, and I play games. Today I'll be playing Never Alone and Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Why? Because they're both linear story-driven puzzle games with two playable main characters. That's why. I'll be starting off with Never Alone, which can be played with 1 or 2 people. But based on the name, it's shameful to play solo. So I've asked my friend CartoonLars, really, that's what you're calling yourself?
Whatever, Mog.
To play it with me. Never Alone was made in 2014 by Upper One Games and Eline Media in collaboration with the Inupiat people of Alaska. The story is about a young girl's journey to save her village, but the real objective is for the player to find and watch videos called Cultural Insights, beautiful 2 to 3 minute long clips about the Inupiat and the Alaskan environment. Most videos don't have anything to do with the game, but still offer a glimpse into their history and culture. But this isn't Mog Watches Games.
So Mog has asked me to play Nuna in the name of challenging gender stereotypes. Her main defining feature is running to the right.
And I'm playing as the fox who keeps saving Nuna from polar bears. He also summons spirits to be used as nothing but transportation. Get on my land, Nuna.
Wait, does the fox really have any motivation to keep helping Nuna?
Who knows? Neither the game nor Cultural Insights explain anything about the fox except that it's cute. Aww. But while the girl is away, her village gets destroyed and its people driven away by Inuitler. Somehow, one guy who doesn't even know how to use an axe manages to chase away an entire city, probably because of all that social Darwinism he was raving about. Nuna comes back to her newly charred home, and the only remaining person is this owlman who wants her to find his drum. A clear homage to the game's title can be seen on his drug flute, a strip from the Garfield Alone comic. Turns out it was little people who stole his shit. They are never explained or revisited. Maybe the Cultural Insights hold the answer, but a 3-hour-long game doesn't deserve to rely on an expanded universe. Even if it is about a 3,000-year-old culture.
So far there have been 2 high points in Nuna's arc. One where she learns to move a box, and one where she earns her weapon, which is called a bola.
Inuit Nigel Thornberry wants her weapon, marking the first time anyone's ever ran towards someone with a bola.
Fetch!
While touting itself as a puzzle platformer, the puzzles really aren't difficult or very numerous. Most of the time, you're just running across either tundras, abandoned villages, or Alaskan swamps.
That's a thing?
Apparently. Also, there's a water level that actually controls really well. I know, I never thought I'd say that in regards to an indie game.
This place isn't so bad. We at least have a nice view of the Aurora!
Murder by Aurora was unexpected. The Huggingtons apparently go after people who didn't listen to their elders. I don't know what the elders could have told me so that I could have avoided this.
No means no, Aurora.
Don't worry, just having some me time over here. Half of this game is spent being confused about what to do. For instance, in this area, you're supposed to lure the polar bear to knock down the icy environment, but the game really doesn't want to let you figure that out. There was a lot of death, but it's okay because when the bear catches the fox, it's a completely family-friendly game over. And the exact same thing can be said for when he gets Nuna. When the fox dies for reals and becomes a true spirit, that being a flying dude from DeviantArt in an Etsy hoodie, all challenges are removed from his gameplay since now he can fly and he can't get hit by anything. You can do it!
This bull is like the hardest thing to aim.
Shut up and do your job, Nuna!
Fine. You already did that joke.
So, that was an enriching experience about a young Inuit girl who sets out to save her village. Brothers is a game about 2 white guys. Unlike Never Alone, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is a single-player game, and each half of the controller moves a different brother. But that won't stop us. The game was made by Starbreeze Studios in 2013. It takes place in a faux Scandinavian land filled with suicidal people, wacky religions, and this easily amused woman. Brothers is able to tell a story without a single word. Well, there are words, but everyone's having a stroke. And the score matches perfectly. The game begins with the younger brother watching his mom drown, as she is composed entirely of lead. As a result, their dad suffers from heartbreakitis, and you start off the game with an interesting choice for introducing the mechanics and the tone. Maneuvering your dying father to the doctor's office. The doctor explains something. and shows you a map, I guess, and then you head out.
Wow, this game is so linear that we don't have to know where we're going or what we're going to do when we get there.
The boys' village is full of situations so that you can experience the difference between the brothers. Nai's entire attitude in this game is, my mom's dead, fuck you.
I took your ball and then threw it down a well. I got an achievement for making you cry. Link is my best friend, fuck you! I'm afraid of water because our mom drowned. Swim me across, Naya. You're giving a 9-year-old liquor, fuck you! I'm drunk, fuck you!
On the other hand, Naya is all about being a responsible, upstanding citizen. Hey, brother of mine, let's smell some roses. Help this man prune his flowers, get an achievement for helping a white rabbit get accepted by his black rabbit friends by covering him in soot. Progressive.
I sure am glad we have nothing timely to accomplish.
Fuck you, troll! My mom said, whoa! Okay, I was just thrown by a troll. Just let me sit down.
The troll actually helps you and is extremely accommodating.
I touched his mushrooms.
Also suicidal.
Yeah!
This guy is great. He left his cozy home behind to help us, allows us to use him like a bridge, gives us terrifying boosts to new places.
We just left him behind.
Probably for the best, as we end up traversing a huge factory full of troll slaves.
It's a good day to be on top.
Enforcing their place as masters, the brothers casually murder a rebellious troll.
Gee golly, mister, I sure am sorry about that.
After ensuring their slaves won't start an uprising anytime soon, they leave the H&M sweatshop and enter a spooky forest which they somehow decided looks safe enough to sleep in. So they decide to leave their camp and move forward through the woods.
Whew, it's a good thing those ravenous wolves were afraid of torches.
Let's put ours out. Predictably, a wolf notices their stupidity and chases the brothers into the river. After Naya punches the shit out of his little brother for nearly drowning, they find themselves near a castle so huge that it seems to weirdly distort reality. We find ourselves in the land of poorly modeled hands. Some giants had a battle here recently, and you get to use the strewn weapons to move them out of your way.
Oh!
You come across Scandinavian Scientology, complete with Katie Holmes. You save her and she uses her boat skills and gets you into Icy World. She World?
I'll figure it out when I edit this.
Complete with attractions such as the turtle family, murder whales, and hundreds of anatomically accurate snow people.
That's marginally creepy, mildly disconcerting. Not a big deal, we just accidentally found Madame Tussaud's Snow Museum.
Just gonna go into a huge amount of denial and... Great. Unable to deal with the PTSD of Scientology, Katie Holmes decides to end it all. Actually, she guides them through the abandoned village, wherein they encounter some invisible feet. The girl helps the brothers get through tough spots, evade the giant, and witness even more death. Then when all else fails, they just run really fast and escape to continue their journey to live happily ever after.
Alright guys, if you're at all interested in playing Brothers on your own, please skip ahead to this time to avoid any spoilers.
Stalling for time.
The game ending gets mean. While Nai climbs up a magic tree, his brother dies. And unlike Never Alone, he stays dead. You, personally, get to drag your own brother into his grave, and then bury him. But then the game decides to stab you in the heart even more when Nai heads home and comes across a body of water. Because Nai is afraid of water, you must use both controller sticks to gather the strength of his older brother to swim across. And you can even use what used to be Nai's controls to pull heavier levers and stop and smell the roses. I normally wouldn't spoil something like this, but it's such a unique mechanic to gaming that I wanted to at least call it out for just putting that extra special something into the gameplay. The last shot is their father crying over Naya's grave, while Nai continues to look like the newly forged badass that he is.
I guess rather than being a tale of two brothers, this is really more of a coming-of-age story for Nai.
Maybe if Naya had beaten him up more, he wouldn't have needed to go on that journey to toughen up, and they would both still be alive.
Cogent point! Bring back bullying! Anyway, CartoonLars, I've given my thoughts, but I would like to know what your opinions are as someone who's played through both these games with me.
Well, I can't believe there are 4 whole women in these games and not a single bald space marine.
Does that really ruin your enjoyment?
And even though, yeah, that does mean 8 whole boobs, only 5 count. I just don't see how I can review this game responsibly.
Why do you only care about breast count?
Well, it's not about breast count. It's about ethics in gaming journalism.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. CartoonLars helped me play and write this review, and you can find them on Twitter and Tumblr. But I don't really suggest it.
Hey.
Really? That's what you're calling yourself?
Whatever, Mog. Where's your bauble?
No. I would rather not pander to a Final Fantasy audience.
But I'm a Final Fantasy.
I know. Were you excited about the E3 news?
No.